Hey everyone, and welcome back. The last time we talked, we were sitting in the deep, profound quiet of winter. Today, we're going to follow that journey all the way through to its beautiful conclusion. This is an explainer about the seasons of the self and about how a single lantern, after a long journey, finally became the morning. So let's dive in. This one line right here, honestly, it's the key to this whole story. It's telling us that who we are isn't some fixed, permanent thing. It's a cycle, right? A series of seasons that we're always moving through. And each and every one of those seasons has its own wisdom to offer. Now, this might sound a little strange, but we're actually going to start our story at the very end of the journey, in the deep stillness of winter. And you might be asking, why? Well, because that profound quiet we find there, that's not a starting point. It's a wisdom that has been earned after a long, full year of living. So what does this earned wisdom actually look like? Well, in winter, we learn to just witness things without feeling the need to collect or gather them. We learn to keep the ember safe, not the whole roaring blaze. It's a time for honoring silence, but without losing our warmth. And maybe most importantly, we finally understand that timing is mercy. But here's the thing. That deep stillness doesn't just show up out of nowhere. It's built on a foundation of every other season. The story calls these the lanterns of becoming. So to truly understand winter, we have to remember the journey that got us here. Let's walk through that now. Everything, of course, starts here in spring. And the courage of this season is really soft. The source describes it as a small, curious yes. It's not about making huge plans or changing the world. It's just the simple, beautiful act of opening the door, stepping outside, and noticing. Noticing the world as if you're seeing it for the very first time. And after that gentle beginning, summer arrives with this bright, energetic fire. This is the season for jumping in, for participating. But it's not just reckless action. Summer has its own wisdom. It understands that joy is a fire that lasts when you tend it, which means knowing when it's time to step into the shade and just rest for a while. Autumn brings a totally different kind of energy. It's sharp, it's clear, it's focused. This is the season for seeing the world's shape, for recognizing all the patterns that connect everything together. It's about organizing what we've learned and realizing a really profound truth. Joining a larger pattern isn't about getting lost. It's about finding your place in something bigger. And this brings us right back to where we started. Winter is the culmination. After beginning and acting and understanding, the only thing left to do is to have the courage to be still and just listen. This is where all the experiences of the year get integrated, where that little ember is kept safe, and where the silence lets a much deeper wisdom begin to grow. And this, right here, is the central message of it all. These 4 seasons, they aren't 4 different people. They are 4 facets of a single evolving self. A self that is constantly turning through its own seasons of being. I just love this line. It's so powerful. It shows us that our past selves aren't just gone or erased. They're transformed. The wild, joyful energy from one part of your life becomes the quiet, gentle wisdom of this present moment. Nothing is ever truly lost. This slide just lays it out so perfectly. The dancing of spring that becomes a whisper in the frost. The fire of summer turns into a steady glow in the quiet. All that gathering you did in autumn transforms into the dreams of winter. And that deep listening of winter, it doesn't just end, it breathes out a brand new sunrise. It's a perfect, beautiful cycle. So if we were to visualize it, the cycle looks something like this. We begin with a small yes. We move into joyful action. That action leads to a deeper understanding. And that understanding allows us to finally truly listen. But, and this is important, this isn't some kind of checklist. It's a continuous spiral, where the quiet of winter is the very thing that prepares you to feel that small, curious yes of spring all over again. So, what does all this mean? The final empowering takeaway from this story is that this metaphor, it isn't about some character in a fable. The lantern is you. This whole cycle of becoming is happening inside of you right now. The source gives us this absolutely beautiful term for this whole idea, the turning between. Your true identity isn't the spring person or the winter person. Your real self is found in the movement, in the graceful, dynamic process of turning from one season into the next. That's where all the magic is. And that leads us to the ultimate conclusion. You are not defined by your beginnings or by your endings. You are the process. You are the turning. You are the warmth that keeps the lantern lit through every single season. So, I'll leave you with this question to reflect on. Knowing that you are this beautiful, dynamic process, what season is living through you right now? Is it a time for a small, curious yes? A time for joyful action? For understanding patterns? Or is it a time for quiet listening? Whatever it is, trust the turning.